guys, welcome back to my shop. So today I ran out and I bought a router. I already have a Triton router and I have that in my router table, and I like to keep it in my router table. It's kind of a pain in the neck to take it in and out of the router table. So I found a $50 gift card that my father has given me years ago before he passed away, and I was like, oh well, I should probably go get something, you know, that I kind of want for it instead of just, you know, home improvement stuff or something. So I put it towards this router. I wanted a smaller router, not quite a trim router, but a smaller router to kind of, you know, use for putting roundovers and doing all that kind of stuff that I could use not at the router table. And I didn't want it to be too big, but I wanted it to be as versatile as possible. So I was looking at a combination router. And since I had to buy something at Lowe's, and I looked to see what they had there, I like this DeWalt combo. Probably the best out of all the stuff they had. The selection wasn't super great, but this seems like a pretty good router. So I'm gonna unbox it and see what it's like and see what it comes like. So why don't we delve in and see what we got here. So this is a DeWalt, the DW618PKB. And there he comes in a bag. Bags are okay. Some people prefer bags. I'm a little indifferent with them. I think they're hard to stack and store in the shop. But they're good if you're going around and on location with stuff. Some assembly required. They're just roughly wrapped in bubble wrap, which I don't know how I feel. Got that. Okay. I'll show you something I didn't notice at the store. Prior, you know, a DeWalt specific plug. It's not, you know, an IEC or a universal plug. So it's kind of a pain in the ass. If something happens to it, I have to go to DeWalt to get it. So I don't really like that. I don't see me taking it off often, so it might not be that big of a deal. But two parts, just a basic router, and then a plunge router base. A couple issues I have here is the cap that goes to this spring assembly, and in every store that seemed to be off. So just a basic thumb latch, but I did like that this latch is all metal. This is all aluminum or magnesium, not sure, probably aluminum. But this latch is aluminum too. It's not plastic. There is depth, 3-point depth adjustment with fine tuning on it, and that's kind of nice. And this locking mechanism here, you can get it with a thumb, and that is also all metal, so I liked that about it. Adjustment on here is okay. It's a little hard in the up position, not so bad in the down position because I'm basically working against gravity. There is an adjustment ring here, but the fact that it moves, I don't really understand the point of it. Right? Like I guess it's so I can bring it to 0 right? And then move at a certain increment from that point. But it slips and slides a little easy, so I'm not really sure if that has much use. I will probably be doing what most people do and go ahead and measure from the actual plate. It's more accurate. So I got this bag of accessories. There is a wrench, the manual. Another reason I like this, some of the other ones didn't have this. This has a 1/2 inch and a 1/4 inch collet. So because of my Triton, a lot of my bits I bought in 1/2 inch because they're a little more robust. So I didn't necessarily like the fact that if this was only a 1/4 inch collet, that I might not be able to use all my bits. So it was a big sell that this also comes with a 1/2 inch collet. So I can use both here. This looks like a dust collection port. But I'm not really sure how that works. Ah, that's why this comes off. Dust collection comes up through it. That is actually not too bad. Shop vac hose goes right on the top. Now, that's only good in plunge router. There's no dust collection on the normal router, which seems like, you know, not really well planned out. You know, if you're going to put it on one, why would you not put it on both? But let's see how it cuts. So I just have a 1/4 inch bit here. Use for testing. So I just adjusted it. Let's go ahead and cut. Did a good job. It's a nice cut. Had no problem going through it. Be a little cleaner on the end, but let's try the plunge router. Okay, one of the things I was having trouble with was putting the base in, that this would rub up against this bellows there. And then I did this weird thing where I decided to read the directions. And you're supposed to completely take this off to put it into the base, because it's not needed for the plunge base, but it's also, I don't know, it seems kind of time consuming to have to take it off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make basically a full plunge. I'm going to go down about 1/2 inch. And I'm going to not only try to take it all in one pass, just to test it out. Normally I'd probably do this in a couple passes. I'm also going to hook up the dust collection and see how that goes with that pretty much heavy load. My hose doesn't fit in there real tight. And also I had to put down this board. These don't come with a fence. They have the ability to take a fence, but I guess that's an extra option, which is kind of crappy. It would have been nice to actually have that as a feature. It does have a flat side that I can run along a board, which is nice, but yeah, I'd like to see a fence with it too. So I'm going to go ahead and start the shop vac, and then we'll make the cut. Well, left some sawdust in here. But other than that, it sucked up most of the sawdust, and other than the stuff that was packed in the thing, that was nice to see. The cut's a little ragged, but I really took a big chunk. And when I would be doing this normally, I would not be taking that large of a chunk. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and set up to do multiple passes and see how it handles. Okay, same type of pass to the same depth, but I'm going to be doing 3 passes with a step adjustment. I'm also going to turn on the dust collection. Dust collection seemed to work pretty good. I mean, there's still dust in the slot, but even going back over it to make the next path basically sucked all that up. But seemed to do a pretty good job, so I'm happy with it. So until next time, thanks for coming to my shop.